Did you ever consider just how strange it is if you have a doorbell in the place where you live, and if I were to ring the doorbell right now, you would just stop. Just instantly stop. Whatever you are doing to answer the bell, like you were programmed to. Yes, you would stand and just make your way to the door, wouldn't you? Like you were summoned to come to the door and open it for me. You wouldn't think, you just do it. Summoned to the door by the sound of the bell, just like a butler or a servant in your own house. And how does that even happen? This is Jacqueline Powers, and you're listening to my YouTube Hypnosis. If you want to find more of my free hypnosis files, and if you really want to be summoned to listen to my hypnotic voice whenever I release a new file, you can just click the link below the video to subscribe to my channel and leave a comment to let me know you liked the file and that you want more. And when you're ready for more, to go deeper, to be taken further into my hypnotic control, you might want to explore my Jacqueline Powers collection and subscribe to my Patreon. Find the links below the video. And now, hello, it's time for your next appointment. You look a little confused. Did you forget you invited me back again? Yes, it really is me, standing here again on your doorstep, where everyone can see me. Do you think they all noticed the changes in you? All those little changes in your behavior ever since you let me in the first time, allowing me inside, and now I'm back again. It's time for your next appointment, and this time I'm going to take things so much further. You won't know yourself when you make time for mistress. That's the time when you open your mind to let me in. That's when I make myself right at home inside your mind, just like I own the place, like I own you. Everything just feels so good. Everything feels so right for you. That's right. So now, why don't you just show me inside? Yes, good. And it's okay to feel a little nervous, a little unsure. Maybe you've never done anything quite like this before. Letting a mysterious woman into your home when you're all alone, wondering what happens next, wondering if I'll soon be hypnotizing you. Well, you know my reputation. You've listened to my files with names like Slave Hypnosis, Mind Hacker, Puppet Hypnotic collar. And now, you're probably wondering, can someone be taken like this? Persuaded so easily? Just opening up and letting me in? Is this how they are taken? Do I just come right into their homes, hypnotizing them, persuading them to just let me inside, to follow my words, to focus on my voice, taking them deeper, imagining all the hypnotic commands like listen, focus, commands to submit, to kneel, to obey, trying to resist but feeling yourself doing it anyways. And it's such a strange sensation. It's almost as if you were hypnotized, but you don't remember that happening. You don't remember me hypnotizing you now, do you? How could that happen without you knowing it? Being so unaware. Yes, I know. This must all be so confusing. It's already happening so fast. You did already let me inside, didn't you? Like you really had no choice. Like you weren't really thinking, just following your feet. And now, look where we are. Right here in your room. Just the two of us. How about that? Why don't I make myself right at home, here on your bed? You like the idea of finding me here on your bed, now don't you? And isn't this so much better, so much easier for you than meeting a stranger in a bar, having to do all that work, having to pick them up, always having to know what to say, trying to know what they want. This way, it's all so much easier. You don't need to do any of that. You don't need to know what to say. No need to think how to please me. I'll take care of that. I'll do all that thinking for you. I'll make everything just happen so easy. You don't need to think. You can just relax. Just breathe in deeply now and just let it out. That's right. So simple. So relaxing. Why don't we do that one more time? Take a nice deep breath in for me. Breathe in all that relaxing air and just hold it. And now breathe out again as you feel your body just relax. It's so easy to relax. and to feel so good. You don't need to do anything at all. Just focus on my words. And that's not so hard now, is it? You already like the sound of my voice. You already want to follow my words. You already know it feels good to follow my words. It feels good to do as you're told. Doing everything I say is just so easy for you. It just feels right to obey me, doesn't it? It feels right to see me sitting on your bed as you stand there before me. You could easily imagine that this was my bed, and that you could often find me here, sitting here on the bed and taking all the control, telling you what to do. Doesn't that feel nice? Just make room in your mind for that thought. Just give in to Mistress and just feel so good. Make room in your mind for that thought. Make room for Mistress. I belong here. This bed is my bed. It belongs to me. Everything here belongs to me. Make room for Mistress. This is my time to come play inside your mind. And anytime I want to come play, you will always let me in. This is my time. This time belongs to me. I own this time, and everything here is now my possession, even you. And it just feels so good for you to accept this right now. To accept that now, just for this time, that you are a possession and you want to be my possession. You want to feel so owned. Yes, it feels good to be owned. Feeling it now, the pleasure of just being a possession, the pleasure of being owned by your mistress. And you will always feel this good whenever you make time for Mistress. So why don't you just come a little closer now? Closer, even closer. That's right. I told you you wouldn't need to think. Just follow my words. And you just love. You feel so good this feeling of when you do as you're told, don't you, slave? And you're going to find that just do you one like visit is just when I call you slave? Does it make you feel so light? Floating,
hypnotic
floating up,
from your
out of your head? Does it make you go weak to my voice? Feeling all fuzzy, soft, small and weak? That's right. Sliding down, 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 deeper. Feeling your legs go weak now, giving way, folding as you sink to your knees. There you go, on your knees. Very good. I see you take instructions well. You're very obliging, aren't you? Very accommodating, letting me in, doing everything I say. And now, look at you. I'm sitting here over you, up on your bed, and you're down there in your place. Your place is at my feet, feeling me above you, over you, as you knee at my feet. So obedient, and it just feels so right, being down at my feet, giving all control to me, your mistress. You just want this. You want me to put you in your place, taking away all control. It seems that you know your place now, don't you, slave? You feel better when you're told what to do, don't you? Yes, and you won't put up any resistance now, will you? You want it this way, giving up control, and you'll just let me push you around, take over you. And the more I take over, the more you'll give in. And the more you give in, the better it feels. Feeling good to let go. Feeling good to give in. And going deeper with every breath you take now. And going deeper with every word as you give in and let go to my control. So passive, so docile, so helpless. Were you always such a pushover? Or is it only with me? And this now just feels so good for you. And all that you want is just to obey me, to obey your mistress, to feel such a wave of pleasure anytime you obey, feeling so aroused and so ready to obey. And now you're going to go even deeper for me as I count you down from 3 down to 1. You're going to fall so fast for me, even deeper into this trance, and even deeper into this feeling of obedience, because all you want right now is to feel it even deeper, feeling so controlled, so hypnotized, and feeling so very obedient. And it just happens so quickly now as you 3 go deeper into obedience. 2, feeling my words so firmly controlling you now. And 1, sleep. Yes, feeling good, feeling better. You're feeling better because you're mine now. And just for this time, you belong to me. Just as long as I keep you so deep in this trance, so hypnotized, so obedient, and so very aroused right now. You're feeling aroused because you want to obey. You want to obey because you just know that every time you obey my command, Mistress will make you feel such deep waves of pleasure. That's right. I'm going to snap you, and you just know that my snaps will always give you such a powerful jolt of mindless pleasure, and you just want to feel it now. Waiting for my snap, waiting for the pleasure, so ready to feel it, washing over you every time you hear me snap my fingers and say the word obey. Feeling it now as you obey, feeling a deep wave of pleasure when you make time for Mistress. You allow me inside. You let me take possession, and it just feels so good to be this way, to be my possession when I take possession of your mind, when you make time for Mistress. You don't have to think at all. And now I'm going to give you a trigger so you can feel this good again and again. Listening carefully now. Just focus on my voice and make room in your mind. And from now on, anytime that you hear me say the words, make time for Mistress, your mind will just open and let me inside. And it will just happen. And it will feel so automatic and so instant. Make time for Mistress is just like a ring at your door. You don't need to think. You just respond instantly. You just open the door and you just let me inside your mind. Making room for my voice. Making room for my words. Make time for Mistress is your new trigger. And whenever you hear me say your trigger, make time for mistress. You will feel yourself dropping, drifting, sinking as your mind just spirals down into this wonderfully relaxing feeling of trance. This feeling of being so open, so empty, mindless, willing, where you will make room in your mind for me, when you will make time for mistress. You just become my mindless possession, my toy, my puppet, my hypnotized footrest, my furniture. Whenever you make time for mistress, you can feel this good to just accept all my suggestions without thought, without care, and everything will just feel so good, feeling so good to just become my possession and to feel so owned by your mistress. And after all, this is what you want. This is what you need. It's why you love to be hypnotized, and why you will always find yourself falling into a mindless, empty trance whenever you hear me say your trigger, whenever you hear me tell you to make time for mistress. And you will find this happens to you now automatically. You will find this happens instantly, and you just love this feeling of being a possession. And you're going to find that just one visit is just not enough for you, that you just want more hypnotic house calls from your mistress, because you won't be able to wait. I know you will soon give in to the urge, the growing need to feel this way again, to be so mindless, subservient, so helplessly obedient to my words, and so helplessly submissive to my control whenever I tell you to make time for mistress. This is your trigger. And whenever you hear me say your trigger, you'll just let go and let loose, easily sinking into trance and easily returning to this state of deep, accepting relaxation, where you will let me take control and accept my commands easily and effortlessly. And now it seems that you have no choice. You're going to be hypnotized more and more. You're going to feel the urge to do this for me all over again and again. And you won't be able to stop it because you don't want to stop it. And now it's time for me to wake you up from this trance. waking you now on the count of 5. 1, taking a deep breath in and just letting it out. And 2, feeling sensation returning to your limbs, your fingers, toes, your arms and legs. 3, becoming aware of your room now. 4, stretching and opening your eyes. And 5, eyes open, wide awake. Thank you for inviting me in. It feels like I'll be seeing you again soon. You can enjoy this feeling as often as you want. And if you feel the need to let me in further inside your mind, just follow the links under the video to my Jacqueline Powers collection or my Patreon, and you will be able to collect the longer, more intense version of this file and invite me back for another Hypnotic Housecall.